Hey Kelly, how was your day? I'm gonna get my microphone too, okay? Just made it in. So again, do that. Just for the sake of, privacy and safety on the internet, because some people like to take advantage of where you are. Safety tip 101. Some people don't care about your boundaries and they still want to like antagonize you, so everything's like a mess back there. Oh, it was good, yeah. Mine was all right. Long day, so busy. A little work outfit. I was kind of running a little late, so I didn't do my eyelashes. I just did mascara. So, um, whew, yeah. Like I actually like wearing even my like minimalistic eyelashes. Like they just look like I have really good mascara on. Just have something. Just because I've gotten really used to like the really bold eyelashes. So it is what it is. I already ate dinner. I had dinner at work since that's a sweet juicy water. What? When I was on your life earlier today, so how's that for your feet? Oh no. My big old feet. Ew. That's weird. Hi Benny, welcome everybody. Welcome. I still didn't make up my bed. I'm not gonna see that. I wanna like sanitize my hands a little bit. But goodness gracious. Need to wipe down that bottle too. Because I use that for when I derma roll my face or do anything with that. Try to keep that as sanitary as possible if I'm like breaking the skin, even if it's supposed to like heal it and everything. So whatever, I'm tired. While we whispering, because it's late, I'm gonna see if I can do my microphone. It's a little ASMR. Okay, hopefully this is true. Can you all hear me? Hello. I thought you said it's really salty here in Austria. It is 12 over here. Okay, somebody wanted to be hid. Apparently somebody likes to sniff butts or something. That's interesting. Okay. Gosh, so late over here. Where's my little clip? I don't know where that little component is because I just don't want to be like holding on to this. 7 a.m. Oh, 7 a.m. here. Oh, wow. It's midnight here in Chicago, Shibuya, Miami. It is not a tampon. Whatever. Okay. I really hope I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. But tomorrow there is the start of an anime convention, the biggest one in the Midwest, called Anime Central or ASIN. I will not be attending that first day, unfortunately, but I think I might for one of the other days. It's kind of unclear, and I kind of don't like to showcase where I'm going to be at, just due to security reasons, and just times like plans change as well. So we will see what happens. But I do have an associate coming in from out of town, so that should be fun and exciting as well. Rosemont, yes, bingo. Little fuzzy pimple for not a fuzzy pimple. I think it looks cute. It looks like a little. It looks like a Captain Crunch cereal piece. That's what it makes me think of. Oh no, Benny. Oh no. No. Okay. So, um, we're back. Let's see. Earlier, how was our recap? One, I know maybe some of you are a little bit too young for this. But if you are at least over the age of 18 in a consensual relationship that is on the lines of like husband wifey, I guess, make sure you do make your doctor's appointments for your health and safety. Um, First point from our earlier life. Second point is sometimes when people do not like you or they feel that they don't like you because you showcase something about yourself that they feel like they don't have. Like if you have long hair and their hair broke off, maybe they're going to feel some type of way about your hair. Maybe they may hate that you are learning another language. Maybe they hate that you're tall. Maybe they hate that you're petite. Maybe they hate you because you're not overweight or bigger than they are. Maybe they might hate you because so many different reasons, right? Um, that maybe some things just are you, or maybe some things that you're able to do and have fun and enjoy life that some people want to dim your light, dim your shine so they can feel all right. Okay. Sometimes it hurts if people make fun of you or if they try to point something out, trying to embarrass you. But sometimes they're doing that just so they don't feel embarrassed themselves. Sometimes they do that so they can seem better than you when it comes to attention from somebody else, thinking that putting you down will make them seem like a better person. Maybe some people enjoy that, and maybe those aren't just your people. And third thing, that we hit 1,000 and I think 700 subscribers on YouTube. My golly, there is going to be a Sephora gift card giveaway very shortly. It will have to be on one of a day where I have a little bit more time. But I've been getting my notes for that as well as for a bunch of other things. My schedule is just really busy right now, but I don't want to neglect you all. I don't want to have time go by again where I'm not like, okay, yeah, I had this idea for a giveaway and it's 3 years later and I still haven't done it. I want to keep my word. So I'm just finding like the best way to do that giveaway. So it's easier for both you and me. Okay. So your studies are very articulate. Oh, thank you so much, Benny. Thank you. Hi, Chuck. Welcome. These topics from they're so interesting and fun. So the topics are inspired by my own interests of like fashion, makeup, beauty, body modifications, and such. I will also one day show you the book that got me into body modifications and fashion and such, with a worldwide perspective, because I've always liked like alternative, like in your face type of fashion. Elaborate costumes from like the Victorian era or even like the Rococo era, stuff like that. Um, to my own curiosity of like, okay, I have a question. How do I get the answer to that question? How can I seek that out? I was a bit of a nerd as a kid, so that's where some of that comes from. Um, I think somebody is trying to rap. Sorry, I got distracted. I was like, that sounds really close. Um, to living life, having ran a gal circle, being a gal, a co-leader for Black Cherry in Chicago, having the standards set before me from Diamond Gato Circle, being around women, being around people with a lot of different personalities and a lot of things driving them in life, kind of the like the iOS or like the operating system of how they're interacting in life, has just always piqued my interest of like why. So I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of studying, which may throw people off because they're like, "Oh, you're a Gaddy, you must be a Dids," and then I'll talk like this, and they're just like, "Whoa, like where did this come from?" So surprise, surprise, surprise. Um, but my own curiosity, my own interests, as well as living life and the experiences that I have. And instead of just holding on to that, I'm sharing it with you all in my content and in my lives. And thank you for listening and watching. Next on Smart Militia Brain. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. What are you gonna do with a Sephora gift card? You're a guy, give it to your girlfriend, I guess. Buy some skincare. Get some use it as a like a coupon for some cologne. I don't know. And the men are into skincare too. Um, I know like at least American, like Western guys, they might be into like the beard care and everything. Some men do get facials, get like all that sebum, like the face oils out that causes acne. If they have like craters in the face and like really tough skin texture or like hyperpigmentation, there are guys that spend a pretty penny to get their skin looking more healthy, less damaged and stuff too. So it's not necessarily a feminine thing. It can be like a confidence booster as well. See, body medications like butt implants. Not necessarily, even though the kind of like butt implant that they had mentioned back in the day were more so like bustles. So, like the old dresses, like maybe you've watched Bridgerton or something or seen like a clip of it, they'll have like those really big poofy dresses that make the hips look really wide. So, they'll talk about that. They'll talk about like scarification from Africa. They'll talk about like lip plates, stretching of the ears, piercings, shaving, waxing, wigs, eyelashes from all over the world of people just wanting to be beautiful, and like the trends and stuff too. And I thought that was just like really fascinating. See, what do you think about plastic surgery, facelift, etc.? So, plastic surgery, like even like really extensive to just like little minor tweaks and adjustments like Botox, I am so interested in it. At first, I grew up like, okay, let me just like, if something needs to be done, like it's not just cosmetic, that's better. You know, don't be vain or whatever. Even though when I was a younger kid, I've wanted a nose job. My nose is a little bit wider than my mom's, which is like a little bit narrower. And I've always loved her nose, and I felt a little guilty thinking about that. Now, I'll like look at Instagram posts, YouTube videos of people who've gotten plastic surgery, people who loved it, who hate it, people who are really extreme with it, like Ollie London or that German lady who got like all the body modifications and now she's black and she wants to be like an African girl now, which is really bizarre to people who do really bad plastic surgery, people who do little tweaks and like filler and stuff. And since you say that, my input about plastic surgery, I've had some minor adjustments done on my face, just filler, mind you. I got some under eye filler. I mean, like it looks a little bit better than before. Apparently, um, I think it's the muscle. I guess it's like a dysfunction or whatever, where the muscle was pulled or whatever underneath. So it looked like I had hollows, like very sunken in eyes and like poofy. And I had that like since I was a little kid. And um, I would just usually deal with like really good angles and lighting to like kind of mask it. But I was able to get like a little bit of filler. Um, and I did get my chin tweaked a little bit too, just to make it like a little bit rounder than really square, just so it looks a little bit more feminine. Um, for plastic surgery that makes people look like different races, that is a little weird to me. There's like that Ollie London guy. There's that, what is her name, Matroshka or something? That sounds like really Russian. It's like a famous German lady who was known for being like blonde, very womanly, if you will, very voluptuous. And now she's black and she looks like a caricature of a black lady than like a beautiful black woman or a tanned white woman. Which is like the weirdest thing that I've seen. And there's also another like white Russian girl who looks like an AI, like a cross between an AI version of like an alien Korean person or something. That's really bizarre. And there's also a Japanese woman called Vanilla, the French porcelain doll in Japan, where she's had a ton of plastic surgeries too, because her mom used to like call her ugly or whatever. And that part is sad to, be finding ways to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to work on like every little aspect of your face and body. But I just think it's interesting the like the extreme forms of body modification like that. To each their own. I do feel like there is a limit for things like that. And it's always best to know why you want to have work done. Because if it's to please somebody else, if that person is like, okay, well, I still don't like you because after you spent all these thousands of dollars of surgery and the recovery time, you're not doing it for yourself. And also wondering why you want to have that stuff done for yourself as well. And it's like a really tricky thing too, but I find it fascinating. And that's coming as like a person who is an artist and would have had loved to be like somewhat of a plastic surgeon myself. Wait until the Midwest hook swag hits. That okay, I see. I'm sleepy. Oh, have a good night, okay? And thank you so much for joining. And hopefully, I will not run out of interesting topics. I will have some more fun stuff as well. And maybe we can do something where it's like a fun project. So it's not just like, okay, it's time to learn and like being bombarded with just like information all the time. But we'll have some moments where we'll do. This is why I like TikTok because I can like add somebody and be like, oh, let's talk about your makeup or like let's do a makeup live together type of a thing. Because I do want it to be more interactive with you. So we'll see how it goes. I need to get my account live privileges back too. TikTok, why? So I said, I don't think surgery can ever bring the black booty on a white chick. Oh my God, those natural hips and skin is crazy. Keep it natural. It is definitely interesting. Um, Especially the fact of like, oh no, like black bodies are way too much, too voluptuous, too thick, oh my gosh. But you have those people liked what they saw. And then, everybody's like, oh no, and they just have it like in their head. And then the next thing you know, they're getting lip injections, they're tanning, they are getting the box braids, they are getting features that we normally think of black people because of our genetics and maybe even like health and like our foods and stuff to now it's a trend. But before like that was dismissed, that was disrespected and everything. So that's always fascinating too, that like cultural historical aspect of things. Just say Good night. おやすみ。ありがとうね。私のライブを見てくれてありがとう。ありがとうございました。Thank you so much for watching the live. Have a good night. Have a great Friday. So, yeah. So I definitely throw people for a loop um, when, I just start talking about these topics. Because it'll just be like, oh, I'm bored. What do I do next? And what other languages do I speak? Ow, I keep knocking my arm against this. I've studied Japanese for 3 semesters back in like 2010 or so, 2010, 2011. And I do my best to keep up with that. I'm okay. I don't speak it more. I feel more comfortable typing it than talking it because I don't do that often, and that's why. I've taken a basic Spanish course. My grammar is terrible, um, and my vocabulary very minimal, but I do my best to at least like use what I know. and just push myself to be like, okay, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to sound like an idiot. I don't want to sound like Peggy Hill or whatever. But if it makes me feel just a little bit better and helps make like a guest feel a little bit better, like, oh, okay, you're looking for something, and like, okay, I hear the word camisole. Okay, they're looking for a shirt. They're looking for a grande shirt, or a shirt for like, I think it's like the size is called like chico or something for small, and like, okay, that's what they're looking for. Like, un momento, por favor, one moment, please, and like try to find what they're looking for. Or even if I can't convey what I really want to say because I just don't have that yet. One moment, please. Un momento, por favor. Buscar la español speaker or something. They're like, oh, okay. But that's fun. I used to be decent with very basic textbook French when I was a little kid. And then like I'll know random words here and there, like thank you, hello, brother, dad. I want some water in Korean. I know some random Cantonese words as well. Couple German words because I was studying a little bit of German during the pandemic. Because I was bored. We were all bored. And I was just like, what do I do? Okay, let me um get a sign language class. Let me, watch German vocabulary videos in on YouTube. So one of my friends, she's like, learn Chinese. Nah, I just said her nails are fire. Oh, mm. I think like it's so nice to like learn different languages because you get to um see a different perspective of how like people think when they speak and such. Well, like how they think when they speak, the words that they use, and other like personality things too, which I think is just like really, really cool. Um, like for instance, in Japanese, that um, you can speak like really roughly, you can speak very politely, you can speak overly politely. You can, what else with Japanese? Um, Also, the way they word things as well, you kind of have to like beat around the bush more or less. And you kind of like get a lot more nuance with that language too, in my opinion. Um, but it's fun. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. That is very interestingly worded, but yes, because the way the tongue has to sit or move to pronunciate different words varies. That's why, like, if somebody isn't learning different languages when they're really young, they kind of lose out on various sounds and being able to hear those sounds too, which is fascinating. Like, for instance, Japanese people generally have a difficult time pronouncing and differentiating between the L and R because they have a sound that's kind of mixed of those two. To American people generally can't, I guess, like roller R's, and some Japanese words are a little bit difficult for us to pronounce as well. Um, Kind of like not necessarily like contracted vowels and such, but like ru or ru versus ryu, I guess can be kind of difficult depending on how like long that word is. Su versus tsu, things like that. And also with like other countries as well, like German pronunciations, Russian pronunciations too. But yeah, very, very interesting. Yes, 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 yes. Like I would love to be like a true polyglot. Hence why I get a little upset that I'm not as fluent as I should be in, say, in English. in Japanese. Um, but then it'll be like, okay, well, my mind is trying to use that energy to finish college, caretaking, um, managing a group and coming up with like all those creative things for a group organization and the blog posts and the YouTube and stuff. So it's like, okay, well, I can kind of learn a couple of words, but it's not at a pace where like, okay, I've learned 2,000 words for the year. It's like, okay, I've learned maybe two or so during the summer that I can like recall and put to use and use it a little bit and maybe recognize that kanji, or like, okay, I have more extensive vocabulary that I'm working on than just A is B, um, B is not C type of a thing. So yeah. So that's like one of my hobbies too. Um, and I don't know, it's just something nice to always like spin around back to. Like I have a subscription actually that I actually like put money for. I love my free apps, but this one I was like, you know what? I want to invest in this app because they have Japanese stories, short stories. So it's not like, okay, read a 30 chapter story, a 30-page story, and understand all this like complex grammar. They break it down for like very easy, moderate, a little bit harder, and you'll be able to click on the words, on the particles like the, in, at, from, click on the verbs, and also understand the grammar points as well while you're reading. Oh, okay, I don't know what is let me think. What is kumo? Okay, I see this kanji. Well, what is this? I don't understand. It kind of looks like rain clouds because I learned the kanji for ame, so it kind of looks like that. But like, what is this? Oh, let me click on this word. Boop. Oh, okay. It is a noun. It means clouds. But let's say it's a different kanji, but it's read as kumo. Oh, wait, what is this one? Oh, let me click on it. Boop. Oh, it means spider. Okay, I learned a new word. So now when I see it, I can click on it. Oh, yeah. And I can save that word too or grammar point. Just amazing. And not only that, it's also like an audiobook too. So I can hear how everything is being pronounced by a native speaker. So I can, like listen to it. I can read along. I can read it, hear how I'm saying it, listen to the audio, and correct myself in the process. So that's really cool. Bradley Cooper from Limitless. I don't think I've watched that movie. Was that the one where I think he took like some vitamins or something and he's like, "Oh, I can like learn all this stuff." Or maybe that was like a TV show too, I think. Fully which way invest and improve his lifestyle. Oh, shoot. My brain could just like I want to be fluent so bad. I just want to be like, okay, I know all my like business stuff. I know my slang. I know my basic stuff, like the regular, formal, casual, all that. Be able to read a newspaper, be like, oh, what's going on in this TV show? Wait, well, what did you say to this person over here? Baby, please. Translate my own stuff. Lord have mercy. Say, do I get a chance to converse with those who speak Japanese? I have. Um, Maybe not as much as I'd like. Sometimes some people are just really busy and they want to like learn English. So it's like, okay, well, you're talking to me in English. I want to be able to read Japanese. But I do chat with some people who learn Japanese from time to time, and we like share words that we know or like interesting grammar points and stuff, which I think is really fun. And speaking of, I have a book that I started reading because a slightly younger black garu that I met on TikTok. I was like, okay, you got cute style. All right, howdy do. I'm Leisha. Nice to meet you. Vet Garu. What's up? So we would chat and we did a couple of lives together. And she graduated from school now. But I think she's going to be living in Japan as well. And one day we were chatting, and I was talking about the books that I liked and like the apps and stuff. Because I'm like, oh well, if you've never heard of this app, the one that I'm actually paying for, like download it. Like even if you don't pay the subscription, you'll be able to get like a couple samples from the stories just to like check it out and stuff. So that paywall isn't that bad right off the bat, I think, and it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And she gave me some suggestions of books that she read that she really liked, and I'm like, thank you. Let me get this. So I ordered one. I'm about a quarter through, and it's definitely not cutesy. I'm taking a lot of notes because I'm like, this is way beyond anything that I know, but I appreciate it. And I appreciate her for like suggesting that to me. So I do have to give her like a little shout out. Well, I did tell her like I got that book. Yeah, I'm gonna start it soon, but yeah, to do so people only use some of their money. That's what I've been hearing when I was younger. And then some people are like, oh no, that's not true or whatever. But I do think that there are just some things that we don't do, and it's kind of a nerdy little thing too. Hi Avi, Okayari. How was your day? Um, that with the brain, it's like if you don't use it, you lose it. So, like, let's say I learned some like random words as a kid, and I don't use that. Those little parts in the brain, the neurons, like kind of like branch off like this in the brain, and they connect together when that is really strong. So like people who are like really fluent, they've really worked that out, right? Like a muscle. Like if you lift weights all the time, that muscle gets like really strong, right? So these little like almost hand type of like hand arm type of things, they connect together and they do the electrical pulses to send that information back and forth. And when they're strong, those connections are really strong. But when you don't use them, they weaken and they kind of like almost like shrivel up a little bit. And I'm like, oh gosh, that's creepy. Oh, your day was pretty great. Awesome. My day was busy. Oh my gosh. So I'm chilling, I'm doing a live. We're here. We made it. We made it another day. Just chatting about like random stuff, language, fashion, stuff like that. Um, but welcome back, Avi. Welcome back. So Avi is my mod or VIP in the chat. Hey. Can't be too loud. I don't want to be disrespectful, like my roommates. Oh, thank you, Avi. Oh gosh, like I want to get that up, like I don't know, on Spotify or something, but I don't. Can I just like give somebody $20 to do that? Just be like, yeah. Oh, but then it won't be exclusive though. See, not gonna lie, when you speak Japanese, it reminds me of me in the style of Mabuchi-san. Okane kasegu watashi wa wait. Um watashi wa sta. Okane kasegu watashi wa sta. Sta 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 kira kira watashi wa sta. Like I bet you everybody probably in the hood it was like, oh, these people looking at the anime and the video games and they Pokemons or whatever. I bet you they're probably like, yeah, what the she was star. And it's just like, I bet you didn't like Japanese stuff, but okay. Let's see. Avi would sing songs on a karaoke app called Star Maker. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, I haven't heard of that app. Mm. Oh, what's your favorite song on there? What's your go-to? And also for a little promo, there is a new blog post on lishamisha22.blogspot.com about a fashion brand revival called DIA or DIA, not to be confused with the Defense Intelligence Agency of America. They're a Japanese fashion brand with like a Western type of touch, denim, leather, faux leather, chains, and like cool bling and stuff. So interestingly enough, the black culture is big in Japan. Yes, that it is. That it is. I used to watch um, dance hall videos from Japan, dance hall rap videos, and stuff like that. I'm just like, they're like my black card has been revoked and it's sitting somewhere in Japan with some Japanese girl with a tan and some box braids or some cornrows. See, favorite toy by Just Made are the greatest by Billie Eilish. Oh, I don't think I've heard the greatest by Billie Eilish this yet. Or Eyelash, Eilish, yeah, Eilish. Oh, I'm gonna have to put that in my queue. I know YouTube. I was like, you're using other people's music, and it's like, am I getting paid on YouTube right now? What if this is a radio show? No. Do I got write a letter? Hey, Jasmine Bean, can I use your music? I'm not gonna get paid for it. Just really fits with the content right now. Let's see, how's Wu Tang Love Shaolin? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. These earrings, like the back end's way too tight. Oh, I hate that feeling. Yeah, a lot of black people like years ago around the Black Panther movement. What was that, like the 60s or so? The Black Panthers also had an Asian counterpart, if you will, called Yellow Peril. Excuse me. So like a lot of this like anti-black, anti-Asian stuff from the black and Asian communities is definitely like so recent and probably like a psyop or something to keep us colored folks like really far apart when the Black Panthers and the Yellow Peril were like fighting for their communities because Asian people were getting lynched too. Which I didn't know until the pandemic when that Stop Asian Hate campaign came out with all those information. Um, which, seeing everything now, like, let's see, the Yellow Peril is a racist color. Western world. Yellow Peril, Black Panthers, Black. Because divide and conquer. Why have a bunch of colored people or people of color? I'm not from the 1920s or whatever. Why have a bunch of people of color link up? Why have a bunch of people lock in, a bunch of people of color lock in together and look out for one another when we could just fight each other and not have the palm colored people do a lot of that work for us? Um, I don't want to get too political because usually people who get into all of that stuff, they're like, you're a little bit too loud with that. Color folk got screwed. Yeah, they want to be like us. Yep. I also love singing World Burn from the Mean Girls Broadway musicals. Oh, I did not see the musical. And from Wicked, did not see that either. Oh, you're really up on your pop culture, Offie. The history behind Yellow Peril supports Black Power and see Auckland, California. Okay, let's see Andrews University. So you have something that has credibility to it, right? The slogan Yellow Peril supports Black Power has played an important part in our nation's history. In 2020, Asian Americans adopted this phrase to express unity and support for the Black Lives Matter movement. The term Yellow Peril first originated in the 1800s. During this time in U.S. history, Chinese laborers were being brought to America to replace recently emancipated Black people as a cheap source of labor. it became evident that Chinese laborers were making less than their white counterparts and soon became one of the first victims of racist backlash from white workers who saw them as a threat to their livelihood. It's like a reoccurring theme with this, don't you think? In 1882 or 1882, the Chinese Exclusion Act was passed and became the first law to restrict immigration based on race. Then in the 60s, the phrase yellow peril supports Black power started being used by students at San Francisco State University, SFSU, and the University of California, Berkeley, when they formed a Third World Liberation Front to fight injustices in campus life, admissions, and the lives of students of color. Um, Richard Aoki became the only Asian American to hold leadership in the Black Panther organization. This organization was founded in 1966 in Oakland, California, and was very influential in the civil rights movement. The members challenged politics, police, and protected Black citizens from brutality. Um, let's see, the slogan caused controversy. And since the meaning and empowerment of the term is not as same as it was in the 60s, Connie One, co-founder and executive director of AAPI, Women Lead, says we need to consider the fact that today there are a lot more Asian Americans who don't identify as yellow or East Asian, so the term yellow peril isn't inclusive. However, Kat Chow, an author, takes pride in being considered yellow, and describes having yellow in my arsenal makes me feel like my identity doesn't hinge on just one thing, one phrase, one history, or one experience. The West Coast, East and Black culture are so intertwined. Chinese labor, aka Gold Rush. Yes. Yeah. So it's very interesting. Just like, oh, okay, Black people fought for their rights. Who else can we, or like, eventually fighting for their rights. Okay, who can we pin this blame on? Oh, these workers have a new enemy now. It's Chinese people. Now, I don't know when the anti-Latino hate happened. Like I know it got really amplified during one person's presidency campaigns and stuff. But it's like, oh, who's taking out this labor? Or who is the new enemy, right? It's not the people who Columbine schools or anything, right? Black people are aggressive. Here's this person of color who bombs things or whatever. Here's this person of color that does this. Everybody else is evil. Everybody else is bad, doing crazy, whacked out stuff, has all this stuff wrong with their community. When it's like, okay, one, why? Why is this being shown? Why do we only see this compared to anything else? To wait, every culture has crimes. How come somebody isn't making themselves be the enemy? Oh, they're making themselves be the upstanding citizen of the world type of thing, which is very interesting. But yeah, let's take the earring off, right? I will. But they're cute. They're cute. Uh, it's more of like my fall earring, but um, I haven't gotten to wear them. I think I wore them once. Okay, that feels much better. I really had that pinched on there. Okay. But yeah, very interesting. But I digress. Um, Sorry, Abby, you're learning again after a long day of school. See, what's interesting about Asian is we are the most hateful to each other. Chinese, I feel bad, got screwed by everybody, even their own mouth. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not Asian. I don't have like a major or minor in like Asian studies. I just like to study things here and there. Um, but when I do come across information, it is interesting that they have their own hierarchies as well. Or like, oh, lighter skinned Asians are going to be better than darker skinned Asians, like Southeast Asians. Um, it's a Southeast. Yeah, and East Asians, like maybe Japanese and Koreans, are going to be better than Indians and Vietnamese people, Filipinos, and things like that. And it's really interesting. And it's interesting to see that play out in a like non-academic type of way. Oh, sorry, repeat that question. Oh, I was just saying that you're probably like, wow, I'm in class again. Um, but like with Asians, like being in high school, it was like, oh, okay. Like I remember one girl who was from a country where that country was colonized, so technically they lost their original name and was like named something else. And I was like, okay, I've never heard of that, but like, okay, learn something new. But they had this sentiment where there was a guy who I think was Filipino, kind of on the tan side, and she made mention that how dare he do visual K, kind of like the goth rock of like Japan or like hair metal of Japan. Why should he do visual K when he's Filipino and has dark skin? And I'm like, oh, that's rude AF because I'm black and I like to do Gadu makeup. Like, yeah, okay, they tanned or whatever, but like, I like Japanese fashion and I'm learning Japanese, even if it's like a song or like a couple words here and there. And it's just like, so this is how you feel about like darker skinned people or to feel more superior compared to a different like Asian race, let alone the dynamic between this particular Asian girl who's not Japanese or Korean or anything, having this light versus dark skin or like white people are better and thinking like, okay, why do you want to be my friend? Because I'm kind of popular online with like a couple followers, but yet you don't think that like a tan skin Filipino person should do a style that they like, and just seeing things like that like play out. And it's just like always so like awkward and always left like the weirdest feeling in my mouth because it's like, okay, well, yeah, like we're all people of color, and like it's not, oh, it's a black person, like a light skinned black person against a dark skinned black person, or a white person against a black person type of thing, like your obvious stuff in America. It was like this other like systematic racism being played out just for like a fashion. And I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like how that makes me feel because, okay, I'm not that person, but I am black. And this is how you feel for other people participating in something. Um, and the guy was a really good guy, very reliable, very sweet, just respectful. And you could always count on somebody like that. And to have him disrespected by a girl who, at least I think they were just friends, I was just like, that has to suck. Like for real. Oh, thank you. I'm about to take them off soon. Just something simple. Pink French tip with like a little gold line on it. I got tired of looking at my very plain hands. I couldn't do it no more. But stuff like that. Or this was another thing that I overheard. I'm not saying this as like a means to condone it. It's just something that like has never set right with me, right? I cannot remember who said this because it's been so long. This was like back in 2010 or so, or like a little bit after 2008. So I was like a Garu noob, more or less, like maybe a little seasoned, but still kind of like in those beginner stages where I remember somebody saying that Filipino people were like the Hispanics of like the Asian race. Like, okay, yeah, they're part Hispanic because Spain conquered them. The Spaniards conquered them. Don't ask me for the year. It's just a bit of knowledge that I know. Very long time ago. And the nuance that they had for that, like that, the intent, that underlying feeling was like, oh, like you're not Japanese, you're not Korean with like pale skin, you're like a mutt type of a thing. And I was just like, that doesn't sound too nice, you know, and not knowing like what to say because it's just like, who the flip flop says something like that? And uh, like that has been like kind of like at the back of my head, but like learning the historical context of like, okay, the Philippines were invaded by Spaniards, yada yada yada. That's why they have a lot of like Spanish names and stuff, and they have their culture and like the mix of that Spaniard culture too. But in this other context of like who is better, light skin versus dark skin, that gets really icky and messy too, because they have like lots of like skin bleaching and stuff over there, and like that colorism as well. Which I don't know, it's just the crappy side of global conquering. Some boring ass nails. I appreciate y'all. They will look cute again. Um, I am going to do some sort of nail art. I think it will be a lot more simplistic than what I used to do. But there'll be a little something. Gotta be professional. Some color will never lights are off, you know what I mean? Yeah, that is true. But with how things are, it's just anything so somebody can feel better than and make somebody else feel less than. Instead of like, oh, okay, you have your culture, you have the things that you like, you have your traditions or whatever, you have this history and all of this sort of food and cool myths and legends and everything. It's just a way to be like, oh, you're less than, you're not that powerful or whatever. This group of people is more powerful, or this group of people is more beautiful and more successful. And yeah, that is the way of the world. It's not something that I would want the world to be. Um, because so many cultures have just like so many cool aspects about stuff. And a lot of that gets overshadowed by like what's popular, what's into who has like the ability, I guess, to make their country popular or something, for lack of a better word. I would say stop, but you're also not wrong. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Let me see. I was also like working on a little bit something earlier to see if I can get it ready. Gosh, would I be able to get this in time though? Jesus. $21? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? When can I have this done? Can I have this done? Okay. Let me see. Also, what's this? 21 bucks for what? It's a surprise. I mean, it's kind of a lame surprise. Just business cards. Instead of like $22 for like 50 and then having to pay shipping. Mhm. Is that my crypto investment? No. Gosh, to be a person that invested in Bitcoin when it was like under $10. Lord have mercy. Accept cookies. I would love to accept cookies. I don't want to ship anything. I want something else. At least something that like I'll know that I'll be able to do with such a short time frame too. Ordering cars from China are cheaper. What about the tariffs? And they probably would be. Probably get like 10 million for like $20. Mm, but I wonder where. Not tariffs. 18 each. Oh, now I gotta do math. What the heck? Okay, I say delete. How do I delete? How do I clear? This is 0.18 cents times. Kidding me? Sorry, I'm multitasking, guys. Um, let's see what else is new. Um, giveaway for YouTube. I'm in the works of doing that. Like when I'm got like a little bit of downtime, I like do a little bit of like how I want that little mini event to go. It'll be a Sephora gift card of like $20 or something. So you can think of it as like a little coupon, if you will. Um, what else? I have to like edit videos, but I also want to get my secondary site up and running, as well as get some videos up too, so I can have like exclusive blog posts and exclusive YouTube videos for my Patreon members or and subscribers for TikTok. I was going to say YouTube. I don't think I can do subscribers on YouTube just yet. So there's going to be more exclusive information coming to my sites near your phone. OnlyFans, nope. That's why I have YouTube. Yeah. Uh. Nobody wants to see that. Um, really? Oh, that's not that good. Oh, this is tarot readings. Oh, this is not gonna be good. This is like too expensive. Hmm. Oh, I thought this was gonna be a really good deal, but it's not. Oh, okay, never mind. Mm, I don't like that. It's gonna be cheaper if I do this. It said 18 cents. The math isn't mathing. Where's my calculator? Ah, dang nabbit, I lost it. Fiddlesticks. With Uno cards. That's pretty much the point. I think that's how it originated. Somebody was like, "Oh, I have a deck of cards." Ooh. And I think it just like became like what it is. What did they say? 18 cents. What? No, that's not right. I guess. That doesn't sound like the best thing. Costco Biz. I don't have a Costco membership. I want to try their food court, eat all the yummy food. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's way too much. Or is it? Okay, I'm gonna start winding down because it is really late, and I don't know how well my microphone is picking up my voice right now. But I will be going live sometime this weekend, as well as Friday as well. I just have like a lot to do, and I want to like it's a time crunch type of a thing. But um, uh, looking forward to the weekend, seeing how that goes. Um, and again, new content up on also TikTok as well. Lishamisha 22, as well as my blog. I will be having some more blogs scattered out throughout the rest of May. I'll try to do like at least maybe 4 more blog posts before the month is out. If you like something, please do share it. Um, leave a note, leave a comment, or what have you. Share a YouTube video if you will. I have stuff of like para dances, para routines, makeup tutorials, discussion topics about a couple of things, and I'd really appreciate that. What else? What else? Uh, so that's about it, really. Just reconfigure my time a little bit better, just so I can like, especially get videos out. I'm sitting on some videos right now that have nothing to do with Patreon that eventually will be up on YouTube again. Um, Thank you so much for spending some time with me and enjoying this conversation as well. Um, and have a good, I think it's the week. I know it's the weekend for a lot of people overseas, but enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night's rest. Eat something yummy. Drink your water, and uh, have a good rest of your day. I'll be chilling with you sometime tomorrow. Good night.